how do you get people like that? How many volunteers do you have? How many trainers you have? Where do you get them? How do you train them?
So that, we have a strength of over 150 people
150 across the country.
across the country, and we have almost around 30 volunteers,
Okay.
dedicated volunteers. And when I say dedicated, they are really dedicated, that kind of people. So I really don't have a proper answer to give you. It's just that we keep praying God and to give the right team, create the right team, and somehow I'll tell you one thing: the universe will work for you. The universe will work for you when your intention is right.
I understand. I fully understand. I also believe it. Right. At the same time, I also see that while the universe is there and there is support that will always happen, we don't stop at the effort, right?
Absolutely.
So you still are planning. So you still have to recruit. Now, if you have to recruit the volunteers of the kind, is there a profile that you have for the right kind of volunteers? I'm trying to understand that.
So it's the other way now.
Okay.
A volunteer is never told that I want this from you.
No.
The volunteer is asked, what is it that you want to do? How much time can you contribute?
So what is the starting point? Where does this volunteer pop up from where?
So he would either read something, see something. I want to volunteer. So we say.
So what is the trigger for him to say, I want to volunteer for you?
Probably
some story is read.
He reads some story. He sees an interview. He sees an impact. His maid servant's daughter was sent to Unnati. She started earning money. That maid is happy. She goes and thanks them.
Okay. So he has seen, heard, experienced Unnati in some form or shape somewhere along the line, and is now motivated enough to make the call.
Correct. Now, the important thing is, how do I retain him? Keep giving him the energy to continue.
Right.
That's the tough part.
Right.
Because somewhere down the line, a volunteer could come thinking, I want to do something for them. Right?
Yeah.
So there's a platform difference. Right? Many times I tell people, you are volunteering, what you take back is far more than what you can give.
Okay.
But for that to happen, there's a certain amount of maturity and certain amount of spiritualism which is required.
Yeah.
Very important. Because otherwise, if the ego is there, the spiritualism is missing, then it is a delivery. It is not out of love, care, and concern.
Yeah. Is that what you call spiritualism? Love, care, and concern?
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah.
If you are able to see that element of God in everyone, it is love, care, and concern.
Love, care, and?
Concern.
Love, care, and concern. Okay. LCC. Love, care, and concern.
So I let me complete what you are asking.
Sorry.
Because I bestowed, nothing. So we are now waiting for a kind of a godfather, for example, I've heard that your Akshay Patra, right? A person like Mohandas Pai came and talked about it, took it to a different level. See, many times you require people like them. You require somebody very big, Ratan Tata, or somebody who looks at you and says, my God, it's like a venture capitalist, right? You look at it and say, this will click, and he puts in money, right? Somebody who's bothered about the social impact of this country.
Yeah.
Looks at you, looks at this program and says, this must happen. He is able to talk to a minister. He is able to talk to the government. The government will listen to him. Those are so I am hoping that something like that could happen, because that happens, then this program is so replicable. I am talking of 25,000. This can be replicated to lakhs and lakhs in a year. Because I'm talking about 25,000 in Karnataka.
Yeah.
You just imagine the country, the potential 14 million youth coming out every year from colleges.
So, how do you become visible? I see this is the tricky part. You mentioned TA Pai, right? Now, there is one possibility that he discovered Akshay Patra, right? The other possibility that from somebody from Akshay Patra at some forum, told him somewhere, though they were traveling in the same flight and they talked about it, something, and some kind of connect happened. So we can't wait for the magic to happen. We have to make some efforts from that side. That is another way of looking at it, right? So what is your approach to this? That's what I want to know.
So I think, unfortunately, I feel, sometimes I feel that we are not doing enough to reach out to those people. Because we come from a spiritual kind of a frame. Say that we will work and it is his job to make it happen. So somewhere probably we are waiting. We are just doing our job continuously and saying God will take care at the right time. He will bring the right person.
No, but I think we will do things, but we do it things in the right way, in the right manner.
Yes.
In the right time, and the right guy will also see us. No.
That's all. So that is what we are hoping. We have not reached out to people, gone, met people in various forums and told them about it. We have not done that too much. And I think that stage will come only once we have done that 25,000 kind of numbers. That inflection point must be crossed.
So what is your current level now?
We at 1920, we reached 12,000. Okay. 2021, a washout came down to 3,000. 21-22, we will touch around 8,000.
So it's climbing back now.
Again, slowly climbing back. So next year we have kept a target of 25. We said we will hit out and see, right? Go all out and see. So if we really manage that, people will start talking about the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because you are creating a huge parole.
Yeah.
Small. It's not small. 25,000 youth in Karnataka. It's not a small number.
Absolutely. 25,000 Karnataka alone.
Almost. Yeah.
That's a lot.
So we are feeling that it could create ripples.
Okay. We have done a lot of we have covered a hell of a lot of ground in our this thing. So there are only 2 or 3 things that I want to check with you. Is I think you partially answered that. You partially answered. How do you manage your time between your business and Unnati?
I work 24/7. I don't get tired at all. When I'm doing Unnati work, I don't know. I just don't get tired.
But you have an office for your business, right? You have to go to office?
So I don't go every day.
Okay.
So they manage.
So you have figured things out on that.
Yeah. So those kind of things. My family is reasonably well settled. So children are in their own space. So somehow, and this is my whole thing. I don't see anything else much happening. So my own personal time is reduced like anything, and I don't. Not out of any regret, I'm saying. It's just that I find this is good. So I always.
This is the charging. This is the battery. This is the charging station for you.
Absolutely. I connect with Bharatiya's talk on this. So he said the whole world is much more important than my own thing. So somewhere I pick up these things and make my own rules and my own philosophy and say, okay, this is what is more important. And the moment you start thinking that way, then it is.
How about your interest in music? How do you find the time for music and the bhajans and so on, which you've been so involved in?
Yeah. So frankly, of late, it is taken a back seat in many ways. don't get that much time to actually go and sit in many concerts and all, which I used to do. Of course, in the last 2 years, it has been bad as it is.
Yeah, right.
I don't enjoy somehow online. I just don't. I need to see the artist sitting.
Yeah. That's a different experience. I mean, absolutely.
So,
when it's a truism in the sense that if you and I were sitting in person having a chat, it would have been far more different than what is happening currently now. I mean, the vibrations are different and
absolutely
the whole feeling is different.
So for me, that is so important. But so I continue to enjoy those aspects of it. But invariably today, the pressures of Unnati is so much that I get lesser and lesser amount of time.
So one thought occurred to me even as we were speaking is that